everyone, welcome back to Yellow Cottage Soapery. Tonight I am making a soap that will be scented with raspberry lemonade, and I think I'm going to call it Summer Picnic because I'm planning to try to do like a gingham pattern on the top. I made a little awesome sketch here so that I could kind of remember how I wanted to do it, and then I think I'm going to put some grass and flowers along the outside of the picnic blanket. So I have really red mica from Nurture Soap. I may add a little bit of Merlot to it because I don't want like a bright red. I have an orange, I have yellow and green for grass, and I also have a little bit of Bazooka Joe mica from Mad Oils for the pink, and I have white, which will be my base. And the three colors, the yellow, the green, and the orange, I'm just going to use a small amount. I will pour a tiny bit into the soap, but it's mostly just to pipe a couple flowers on the top. And then the other two will be the pink and the red. And as you notice, my camera is back on the other side, the normal side. If you watched my last video, I did it on the left side, and a ton of people loved it there. They said they could see the piping, the shadows weren't as bad. So I am going to continue to go to that side when I'm piping. As far as pouring, just 1 second here. As far as actually pouring the soap, I'm more comfortable pouring it on this side. I use my left hand a lot more than I thought. So I think I'm going to leave it over here, and if I have time between pouring and piping, I'll just switch the camera to the other side. If I'm going to be doing some kind of piping that maybe would be easier if you could see it if it was on the other side. So that's my plan for right now. I am going to pour off my smaller colors here. I mixed up my titanium dye. I need a little mixer. I just ordered some supplies, completely forgot to order one, but I really need one because I used a stick blender and I put it on high on accident, and it went everywhere. All over me, all over the blinds, the table, all these containers I had to rewash. It was a mess. And I have been having problems with my titanium dioxide, but I did order some. It should be here any day. And then I realized that last time I ordered from Wholesale Supplies Plus, I ordered 5 bags, 1 pound bags of it, because you can get 5. I think it's a little better price if you order like in a group of 5. So I'm like, oh great, here I have 5 bags of this in my storage cabinet. So I will probably use that up before I start the new. It just requires more of it to get a whiter color than it used to, and I don't really understand what the deal is with that, but okay, so let me focus here. This is going to be my white. Then one of these little jiggers will be yellow, and this is going to be a little bit in the soap, but some for the flowers on top. I have orange. And I really love this green. It is Jade Green Crystal Mica from Nurture Soap. I'm hoping that it stays. I think I've used it one other time. I can't remember if it stayed the right green. So I may have to end up adding a tiny bit more. I find that I have to add a little bit more green sometimes than I do the other colors. I'm not sure why, but just to get a nice grass green. So this is going to be, I don't want a pink, I kind of want a peachy, a little bit of a peachy color. Tiny bit more orange, and we'll see what this looks like. And then this is going to be the red. And I think I'm going to add just a tiny bit of the Merlot from Brambleberry. And let me add a tiny bit more red. All right, let's mix these up and see what we get, and then we can move on. Let's see. Welcome back. I am going to go ahead and start piping. I have a few different things going on. I have the white, the peachy color, and the red, all with rider tips on them, and they need to be a little bit more fluid. So I'm going to go ahead and pipe these now. I'm going to just try to freehand what I drew here. At first I thought I could put a pattern on it, but it didn't really work out that great. So I decided to go with a wavy blanket because I don't have steady hands, and I figured that would show less mistakes. Now I know this is a really long blanket, but I'm actually going to go a little bit like that. So get a napkin. This design, I meant to say it in the beginning, was actually inspired by Sweet Am's Cookies. She has a YouTube channel, and I love to watch people decorate cookies. I think it was so neat that they can do so many different things. And I saw she did a cookie with like a picnic blanket and little ants and grass. I'm doing my own take on it, but that was what inspired me to do, well, when I looked up how to do a gingham pattern on a cake, that's what I found. So if this was more of a square, this would be easier to do. But the next thing I'm going to do is kind of go, you can see my hands are shaky. I'm going to kind of go in just a slight wave kind of corner to corner and kind of follow the wave next to it. Now the good part is I will be able to correct this or fix any imperfections, because I already can see there's plenty. I can hopefully fix them when I fill in the pattern, I'm hoping. See, they're supposed to kind of go along the same way, but sometimes my hand goes where it wants to go. So now I'm going to just kind of go across the other way, again in kind of a wavy, whoop, didn't mean to go down in the soap, and kind of a wavy pattern. See, if I do a little bit too much pressure because my hand isn't steady, it kind of gives a wiggly line, but I'm hoping I can correct that when I fill in the squares. Okay, so it kind of looks weird right now, right? I don't know. I needed it to be thin because when I fill in the boxes, I want it to not just show lines. So right now, I'm going to fill in the peachy color. I have a little bit bigger writer tip on this. I might have to change the writer tip on the red. That's why I kind of left, I put a, oh, what do you call it? Oh, the thing so I could change it out. I don't know why it's not coming to me. So this is why I couldn't wait for it to be too thick, because I needed to kind of be able to blend it in a little bit, if that makes any sense. Okay, so then I'm going to go to the next row. So I'm just going to do all this pinky color first. Oh, a coupler. That way I can change these out to put a flower tip on them afterwards if I have some left. Ready to pipe. I put this on my turntable, so hopefully you guys can see as I turn it. I'm hoping this green, it has slowly morphed to like an olive green, but I'm really hoping that it kind of turns back to a pretty bright green. What I'm going to do, this has a grass tip on it. It's a Wilton 233, and I'm just going to kind of randomly do little pieces of grass. If I have enough, I may do more around the outside, but I'm just going to do little patches for right now. And kind of with this, you just kind of, it depends on how you want it. If you want them really, you know, little short, you just kind of hold it down. But if you want them like longer grass, you just kind of, and it kind of drops down like limp spaghetti. Now, I screwed up on my pattern here. As you can see also, while I was waiting, I outlined it with red, and I found it easier to stay steady when I held my hand on the side of the mold. And I did have some red left, so I did go ahead and outline it while I was waiting, just so it would show up a little bit more. I like using this tip, it's fun. Okay, so now I have a really small rose tip. This is a Wilton 102. So I'm going to use the fat end down and just kind of make some tiny, I want all these flowers to be really small. So I did just a little, you can see it, one right there. I'm just going to kind of, whoops, try to make a little flower. It's hard with the edge of my mold right here. It makes it difficult to have the right angle. back to cut this, I think I'm going to call it Garden Picnic, but it is scented with raspberry lemonade. It smells so nice, and I think the inside looks really pretty. These are similar colors that I use for my Island Nectar soap. And when I cut this into logs, I cut the two outer, like my sample was the very center, so that each bar would have some flowers on it. So let's cut this baby. Have a little bit of purple on there from the lavender. You can see some of the green turned back to the bright green that I used, and some of it didn't. So, but in the actual soap, it is the bright green. So it's kind of weird how that, some of it changes back and some of it doesn't. I had fun doing the gingham. I think I said it before I started piping. I was just going to try to do a standard gingham pattern, but because my hands aren't completely steady, I decided to do kind of a wavy pattern, which makes it's a little more forgiving for somebody like me who has shaky hands. So I thought it was cute how it turned out. It's different, you know. I just like to do things that are different. But I love it. I have had so many, just such amazing messages on my channel here, on my Facebook, Instagram. Everyone is so kind to me and so full of compliments. And I'll tell you, it makes me feel so good to read these comments. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you know, I don't deserve all these compliments and everything, and my husband's like, are you kidding me? You work so hard, you know, to try to put out unique content, and you deserve the compliments. So I just want to say thank you. So many of you have just been so sweet, and it means so much to me. And especially lately when I have not been feeling 100% and like that swirl, not myself, it cheers me up so much to read the comments, and it feels like saying thank you isn't enough to some of them, because, is that a heart? Kind of, little heart. Isn't enough, because some of the compliments are just so nice. So thank you all so much. Is that a chicken? Oh, I thought it looked like it's like some kind of bird with like little feathers. You all make me feel so good on days when I may not feel great. So thank you everyone for that. I so appreciate those of you who watch and take the time to leave me comments. I try to reply to everybody. I do the best I can. Some of the messages, most of the messages come to my email. Some of them don't, especially for my older videos. I'll look at my notifications on YouTube once in a while, and I will see comments left that I never even knew I had, and they're from a long time ago, so it's kind of silly to reply now. But I do try my best. I take time every time I post a video to reply to as many of you as I can. I'm always available to answer questions on my Facebook. I do that a lot. People ask me things, and I try to help and kind of give back to you guys for being so supportive of me. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all on my next video.